Kia ora, I'm Lucy Martin. I'm the director of Icarus Canopies. My dad, JYRO, founded Icarus Canopies way back in the day, and since he's passed away, I've been leading the company alongside Attila, Richie and Julian. I'd like to tell you a little bit more personally about Icarus's next move. To have a deeper understanding of our next move, I would like to talk a little bit about the inspiration and history of Icarus Canopies. I'd like to start by talking about Icarus and Daedalus the myth. In many ways, Daedalus and JYRO are quite similar to each other. Not only are they both genius inventors, renegades and fucking legends, they're both also the creators of Icarus. Even though Icarus is more noted in our culture today, the myth is really more about Daedalus. And this is where our story begins. Daedalus was known in Athens and across the lands as the great sculptor and inventor he was. Daedalus was a bit of a renegade too, and this led him to be exiled from Athens to Crete, and later locked away in the tallest tower with his only son Icarus. Sitting up on the tallest tower, Daedalus studied the birds flying around, and he had an idea. He gathered all the feathers from the birds that perched on the side of the tower, the wax from the candles and the ropes from their robes, and made 2 large pairs of wings for himself and Icarus. Strapping the wings onto his son, he warned, "Don't fly too near the oceans, as the wing will dampen and become too heavy to fly. But don't fly too close to the sun, as it will melt the wax and the wings will disintegrate." And together they took flight off the tower, and according to Greek mythology were the first humans to fly. Icarus was overwhelmed with the euphoria of flight, flying up and up towards the sky. He could feel the breeze on his face and the sun on his backside, and was overcome with the divine energy that came with flying. Now, as similar as Dad and Daedalus are, Dad didn't get locked away to my knowledge, and his story starts with skydiving and a bit of partying too. According to my grandma, my dad first learned about skydiving from one of those plastic paratrooper toys, and he threw it off the staircase over and over again. And when that got tired, he ripped up his old bed sheets and jumped off the local wharf with them. And by the time he was 16, he had hung out at the drop zone so much, the skydiving club gifted him his first skydive, where he found an undying love for the sky. He quit school and got a job at the local railways to fund his next jumps, but was soon fired for selling weed to his colleagues. Dad never had a job again, and this is where his entrepreneurship journey started, humbly by sewing logbook covers to sell. And over the years, Dad had many businesses, some successful and some not so. He partied the profits away at his bars, he sold a few bungee jumping businesses, he invented legs that strapped onto your waist to practice four-ways, he'd done things with Velcro walls and trampolines. But one of the notable businesses is his business named JYRO. That was an acronym for Jump Your Ring Out, which made jumpsuits quote-unquote so ugly you couldn't help but to love them. As smooth as this all sounds now, it wasn't always that smooth. He was broke and he wanted to party, so he sold his girlfriend's parachute for, let's say, party supplies. And as you could imagine, his girlfriend wasn't that happy about it, so Dad thought he better sew her a new one. I view this point in Dad's story was when he was locked away in the tower. And just as Daedalus gathered his feathers, wax and rope, Dad gathered his supplies. His trusty mum's sewing machine, a grey roll of fabric from Parachutes Australia, and he unpicked a retired Pegasus parachute for the pattern. He went into his garage and out came a parachute. Now, I don't know if I'll jump my boyfriend's first sewn parachute, but it's the 80s and she did. And she liked it. So Dad continued to make one for himself and his teammates. Over time, JYRO jumpsuits became JYRO Experimental, and he tweaked away at this canopy, making continuous improvements until it became its own product. Dad was so inspired by Icarus's pure and wild love for flight, he named this product Icarus from JYRO. Later, Icarus evolved to be our brand name, and JYRO evolved to be the name we all know Dad by. Dad kept tweaking away at the canopy, and eventually made notable progress in canopy design. Every canopy release pushing the boundaries of canopy flight to the next level, helping our athletes break records and helping people realise the rush that overcame Icarus himself. Just as Icarus himself soared higher than Daedalus ever intended, Icarus Canopies soared higher than JYRO ever intended. It is at this point in the myth that Icarus flies too close to the sun and the wax melts, and one by one the feathers float away and Icarus falls to his death. and so it is destined that Icarus Canopies falls too. So I'd like to announce that as of mid-May, our company will be rebranded and named JYRO. Since Dad passed away in 2017, we've faced many changes, opportunities, challenges, and looking back, we feel like a different company, but with the same values. We've faced a change in leadership, COVID and all the shit that came along with that, a new competing Icarus on the market, and quite frankly, a brand that just looked like it was from the 80s. JYRO remembers our roots, but looks to our future. It is an active evolution, and we truly feel more us than ever. JYRO captures our past history and our founder, but JYRO marks the next part of our story, and I want you guys to come along on the journey with us. Icarus Canopies / NZ Aerosports is becoming JYRO and only JYRO. Our release date is after JYRO Boogie, around the 9th of May. Our canopy names will stay the same, so it'll be like JYRO Petra, JYRO Sapphire 3, and so on. Our canopy quality and innovation will continue as it is, and we still got that fuck yeah attitude. We're really fucking excited for this rebrand, and I'm so happy you guys are coming along on the journey with us. Thank you so much for all your support over the years and moving forward. Rebrand! Woo!